Hello everyone, today is Monday, December 29, 2025, Eastern Time. Welcome to Panda Finance. Let's take a look at the top 10 global corporate news stories from the past week. Here are the details. ServiceNow to acquire cybersecurity firm Armis for $7.75 billion in cash. Enterprise software maker ServiceNow said it has agreed to acquire cybersecurity startup Armis in a cash deal valued at $7.75 billion, as rising cyber risks drive demand for integrated security solutions. The company plans to embed Armis's device discovery, threat detection, and vulnerability prioritization capabilities into its artificial intelligence-driven platform, positioning security as a core differentiator amid increasingly sophisticated cyber attacks. The acquisition follows a series of recent deals, including purchases of security firm Visa, artificial intelligence company Moveworks, and sales automation platform Logik.AI, as ServiceNow continues to broaden its customer relationship management and enterprise workflow offerings. BP to sell majority stake in Castrol Lubricants business to Stonepeak. BP said it has reached an agreement to sell a majority stake in its Castrol Lubricants business to U.S. investment firm Stonepeak Partners, as the energy group continues to streamline its portfolio. Under the deal, BP will divest 65% of Castrol, with the remaining stake to be held through a jointly owned venture. The transaction values the Castrol business, including debt, at $10.1 billion. Castrol produces automotive and industrial lubricants and is also developing liquid cooling technologies aimed at artificial intelligence data centers, reflecting growing crossover between traditional energy businesses and digital infrastructure. Trump administration halts all U.S. offshore wind projects. The Trump administration has ordered a halt to construction on all U.S. offshore wind projects, delivering a major blow to one of the fastest-growing segments of the American renewable energy industry. The Interior Department has suspended federal leases for 5 projects under construction from Massachusetts to Virginia. The move marks the most aggressive action taken so far by the administration against offshore wind, an industry that has already been struggling with rising costs and mounting financial pressure. Johnson hit with $1.5 billion verdict in Talc cancer lawsuit. Johnson suffered a major legal setback after a Baltimore jury ordered the company to pay more than $1.5 billion in damages to a woman who developed cancer after using its baby powder products. The verdict represents the largest single award to date in the company's long-running talc litigation. Jurors found that Johnson and its subsidiaries failed to adequately warn consumers about the presence of asbestos in talc-based products. The plaintiff, who used baby powder daily for years, was diagnosed with peritoneal mesothelioma in January 2024. Toyota plans to exceed 10 million vehicles in global output for second straight year. Toyota Motors said it has finalized plans to push global vehicle production, including its Lexus brand, above 10 million units in 2026, marking the second consecutive year at that level. The strategy is aimed at meeting surging demand for hybrid vehicles, particularly in the United States. Domestic production in Japan is expected to exceed 3 million vehicles, a threshold Toyota views as critical to preserving manufacturing expertise and employment. That target would be surpassed for a 4th straight year, with the automaker citing no immediate factors that would materially constrain output. Fast Retailing to raise starting salaries for new graduates in Japan. Fast Retailing, the operator of the Uniqlo brand, said it will raise starting monthly pay for new domestic hires joining after March next year to 370,000 yen from 330,000 yen. The increase marks the company's 2nd consecutive annual raise and its 4th adjustment since 2020, lifting starting pay by a total of 160,000 yen over 6 years. The higher salary applies to global management trainees who may be assigned overseas, with total annual compensation including bonuses rising about 12% to roughly 5.9 million yen. The move underscores intensifying competition among Japanese companies to secure top graduate talent, as peers across banking and real estate also lift entry-level pay. ByteDance plans 160 billion yuan in capital spending as artificial intelligence push accelerates. ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, plans to significantly expand its investments in artificial intelligence next year as Chinese technology groups race to close the gap with U.S. rivals. The Beijing-based company is targeting capital expenditures of about 160 billion yuan, or roughly $23 billion, in 2026, exceeding its estimated spending this year. About half of the investment is expected to go toward purchases of advanced semiconductors, which will be used to develop artificial intelligence models and applications, highlighting the capital-intensive nature of the global artificial intelligence arms race. Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation issues price increase notice. Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation has notified downstream customers of upcoming price increases, primarily affecting its 8-inch BCD process platform, with hikes of around 10%. The company cited strong demand from artificial intelligence infrastructure investment, which has driven higher consumption of power management chips used in artificial intelligence servers. Supply constraints have been exacerbated by capacity reductions at Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing company and 8-inch production, as well as persistently high prices for key metals such as gold and copper. JD.com boosts annual bonus pool by more than 70%. JD.com said its total year-end bonus allocation for 2025 will rise by more than 70% from a year earlier, marking one of the largest increases in the industry. The company said 92% of employees will receive full or above-target bonuses. Employees in JD.com's procurement and merchandising roles are expected to receive average compensation equivalent to 25 months of pay, with no upper limit. The move builds on the company's previously announced plan to transition its retail and corporate functions to a 20-salary structure over a 2-year period beginning in October 2024. Sunac China completes comprehensive onshore and offshore debt restructuring. Sunac China said its offshore debt restructuring plan has officially taken effect, eliminating or restructuring approximately $9.6 billion in overseas liabilities. The developer has now completed second-round restructurings of both onshore and offshore debt, becoming the first major Chinese property company to fully resolve obligations across both markets. The process has reduced total debt by nearly 60 billion yuan, significantly easing balance sheet risk at the listed company level. Earlier this month, Chairman Sun Hongbin made a rare public appearance at a project launch in Chongqing, signaling renewed confidence following the restructuring. Thank you for tuning in to today's financial news. We look forward to seeing you again.